day.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from Santa Clara. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And we get a glance at their leader in the huddle, the veteran in his 9th season now in the league.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 19 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown.
One thing I do know, teams in the NFL don't treat this like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter. It's been mentioned all week long about going out and getting him the rushing title. He'll see the ball, and he'll see it often.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Richardson. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They go play action with Richardson. Here's Freiermuth again. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 37. 85 catches for him on the year now, and the result there is a 1st down. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. From the 31, here's 2nd and 3. Now Richardson. And he will find his man on the outside. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 17-yard line. Dobson, the man in motion. 1st and 10, it's Richardson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. This defense for the Niners, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. This one from 35 yards away. And this one is right through. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And a glance here at the veteran who will be leading them. Now in his 8th year in the NFL.
I guess we have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he'd probably just tell him, listen, you want to get involved?
Go out.
Go out and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 62 yards. And the 49ers have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Richardson looking to throw this. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Quick throw completed by Richardson. 2 yards on the pickup there. And 3rd and 8 now.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
He'll fire deep, looking for more. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the 49ers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
The slot man in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 25. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. The Niners at 13-2 on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Just a fantastic punt return of 80 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And Richardson back to throw it. He's got the connection to Moore. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Richardson now on 2nd down. Now the ball comes loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you
through an opening, and there he goes. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Now it's Richardson.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. As get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Richardson out of the shotgun.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Perez. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Niners will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. 2nd and 9 now. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown. A great play there. 75 yards.
And the Niners just continue to roll.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2.
First and 10. Here's Richardson with it. That pass complete to Moore.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
Inside the 20.
And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't...
And that's caught inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Richardson looking to throw.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be 49er football. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this.
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. Now a battle for the football, and it's caught. It's a touchdown.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Here's Richardson to throw.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great effort there. 61 yards.
And the Niners get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They'll run on first down. Glass.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Second down, here's Richardson.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Third and long for Richardson.
Yeah, this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is brought in at the 21. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They run on 1st down with Jackson. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great play there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And the 49ers extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign.
So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. The offense on 3rd down, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Now a 2nd and 2. Back to the air with Richardson. A quick throw there is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Perez. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Back to throw again. And the Niners get there and bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4, and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Back to throw now on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown 49ers. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown.
And the 49ers continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the fourth.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's caught right side, Dixon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Looking to throw. Richardson over the middle, complete. It's Perez. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Richardson working from the gun.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 20-yard line. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
First and 10, Richardson looks to throw it.
His throw caught right around the 6.
And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about here, but it may be cliche, but give them credit for this. They've continued to fight and scratch and claw, and they get the touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And I'm okay with that cliche, all right? Maybe it'll alleviate the sting a little bit because at least they can look in the mirror and realize they fought all the way through. Horrible game for them, not one they'll want to remember, but at least they'll keep their heads up and have some pride when they leave this stadium.
Point after, right down the middle. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
He's going to try and go deep again. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
A big play there for the Niners. 46 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Looking for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
They'll try to run this one in. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point attempt to come here. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Now 3rd down and very long.
Back to throw. Richardson. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken right around the 44. A 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And out will come the offense as they take over.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use...
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
A big play there for the Niners. 41 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw as this play will stand as is.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The 49ers ready to kick it away. And here we go.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something?
Richardson hit it. He fumbles it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
He won't get in, but they are going to have the football in a great spot. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
They'll drop to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Kickoff concludes the ball game, partner, and one side a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling his team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough where that one possession down the stretch might have given us an opportunity to win the game.
So for San Francisco,
they improved to 14-2 with still 1 game left to be played in this regular season.